guys, Trenton back here again. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. What in the world, Trenton? You know, what's going on today? Why are you wearing a jacket? You know, why are you wearing this hat? First of all, I'm wearing a jacket because it is kind of chilly here in Nashville, Tennessee. But at the same time, it's not too cold. It's not super duper cold. But it really feels good out here. I'm just wearing a jacket because honestly it matches with this hat. And I just want to wear the hat because you guys know I like wearing weird things sometimes. I think, you know, it's unique sometimes you wear strange things. But at the same time, I want to talk about something because I was on social media yesterday. I was looking through my Instagram feed and I saw a post. I'm not going to say the person's name, but I saw the post and she was talking about essentially that, you know, she can forgive, whatever happened, but she's not going to forget whatever happened. And so essentially, if you don't understand what this means, it's like, okay, I can forgive you, but I'm not going to forget what you did. And when I saw it and when I read it, it was very empathetic. Let's put it like that. I could definitely relate to it because, you know, I've had experiences where a person has done something to me, person has done this to me, and I forgive them like that. You know, like that. But I'm not going to forget what happened, okay? And it's not necessarily, I don't necessarily, like, it's not like I don't want to forget. It's just your mind. You know, your mind is something that is built to remember things. You have a brain that helps you remember things, that helps you store memories. So as a result, it's going to be hard for you to forget something that happened to you, that you forgave. And so that was the thing. You know, I wanted to talk about this because I said, that's an interesting topic, you know, because everybody can relate to either forgiving a person or being forgiven by a person. And so the thing is, you know, I want to talk about forgiving without forgetting. And the reason why I want to say this is because I'm going to be honest with you. In my opinion, there's no problem with forgetting what a person did to you. If a person did something to you, but you easily just forgave them like it was nothing, if you can still remember that, I don't see what's wrong with that. Because that's how I think about certain things. A person might do something to me. I'm not necessarily going to forget it. Maybe like when I get older and when my mind is starting to fade and when I'm losing, you know, memories and losing how to really understand something that happened back then in my young, you know, past life or, you know, younger version of myself, maybe I then will like kind of forget what happened. But, you know, right now I'm young, you know, my mind is still developing, you know, I don't plan on really forgetting what happened because, you know, something that you forget is an involuntary action in my opinion. It's not something that you do by yourself, you know, because there's a big difference between voluntary and involuntary. Voluntary requires you actually making a choice, making a decision yourself and executing something, while involuntary is just something that, you know, is not about you doing something and not about you executing that yourself. It's like an involuntary thing, something that happens on its own. You know what I'm saying? And so for forgetting something is just, it's involuntary. And so the thing is that when I thought about it, you know, I said to myself, you know, forgiving a person is something that we have to understand can be something that can be hard. You know, there are going to be certain things that, you know, they're going to, you know, lie in certain categories, and then certain things are going to lie in different categories. And that's the deal. You know, that's like a spouse that's cheated on. It's going to be hard for that person to forget what happened. But at the same time, it's going to be very hard, or maybe not that hard. It's just depending on the person. It might be hard for that person to really forgive that person for cheating on them and committing adultery or, you know, infidelity. And that's the thing. You know, you have to understand that, you know, forgiving is something that should be immediate. It should be something that should just be like a, you know, I'm leaving that to the side. You made a mistake. You acknowledge it. I'm fine with that. But at the same time, sometimes we as humans, we do not like to forgive right off the bat, okay? Because like personally, I try to forgive somebody right then and there. I don't try to wait months and hold grudges. I stop holding grudges, man. I mean, grudges are just terrible to hold. I'll make a video about that eventually, but don't hold a grudge with somebody. And you know, when you forgive that person, it's going to feel good, not only to you, but to that person that you're forgiving. But, you know, like I said, the whole forgetting thing, you know, that's just like I said, it's all your mind thing. You know, this is a mind-based thing. You know, when it comes to forgetting something, it is literally involuntary. It's not something that you just say, oh, well, I'm going to forget that this ever happened. Even if you say that, oh, I'm going to forget that happened, you may not even forget. And that's the thing that's funny about forgetting, you know, because forgetting is definitely not something that is always easy. It can be a lot more complicated compared to forgiving a person. And that's what I'm saying. You know, forgiving and not forgetting is, in my opinion, and you know, in my opinion, it's just completely okay. You know, mainly the main priority and the main thing that matters is if you forgave that person, not necessarily if you forgot what happened. Because, you know, like I said, there have been moments where I've forgiven people like that, but I'm not gonna, you know, I'm sorry that my video probably just messed up right now, but, you know, I'm sorry about that. But yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna necessarily just straight up forgive what you did, you know, or I mean, not forgive, but forget what you did, you know. And that's the thing, you know, it's just a natural, you know, it's a natural side of society and a natural side of, you know, us as humans. You know, forgiveness is something that we all may encounter, and forgetting is something that we definitely all encounter a lot. So yeah, but you know, Trenton more back here again. I wanted to tell you all that it's completely okay to forgive without forgetting what happened. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.